Good morning. Happy Friday. And another beautiful day it is. Beautiful day to be alive. Today is the day that I'm rounding out the first section of this journey of the chakras, the root chakra. And just this again is just a very preliminary, almost superficial approach to it, a very general overview, nothing very deep. I go much deeper into these chakras on my own because they are like rabbit holes almost. But one of the things that I have been doing in conjunction with this is reading over my journal, my journals from, actually I'm doing just last year. You have to give me just a moment because there's some very loud music playing upstairs, and I'm just going to get that turned down for just a moment. Pardon me. And there we go. Good morning. So one of the things that I've been doing is reading my journal. For me, it is an important part of my entire growth journey because there are so many things that I want to focus on, that I want to do, that I want to grow, that I want to change in my own life and in the lives of others. And sometimes it just seems like too much for one person to do in conjunction with trying to just basically survive in the kind of culture that I live, where I have to work. And there are all these kind of, like expectations. But it is a powerful tool because I can see where I was. I can see my thoughts almost like in real time as they were happening. And just as I've been reading, it has encouraged me even further in continuing on the journey. My journal has been one of the biggest contributors to my own personal growth, and not because of being a great writer or anything, but just because it is a very honest look at the deep things of myself, of my heart, of my spirit, things with which I have struggled, things that come easily to me, things that I need to keep in mind, that I want to keep in the forefront of my active consciousness as I move throughout the days. The journal is like the affirmations. It's like these are the things to bear in mind. No matter what is going on in life, bear in mind that these are the goals. These are the things that we have chosen to actively and deliberately work on. And this is my journal from 2018, and it is a beast. It was the very first year that I wrote almost every day. And so as we move out of this root chakra and continue on the journey of self-discovery, of self-enhancement, of tapping into that deep well of power that is within each and every one of us. Good morning, Wanda. As we continue to tap into this power that right now it's very difficult for me to. I don't want to go on a tangent. But many of the spiritual leaders of old and of even present have talked about this power that we all have, this divinity that is within us. and the way, and the ways of accessing it. It's there for all of us. It is free, but it does take a bit of intention, of effort. It just, I think for the most part, I guess in my case, it's not like, all right, here I am, let's, just tap into me. No, it's something that I have to create the space for. I have to create the space for it to talk to me, and I listen. That's all right. I'll do some journal reading. But as we move forward, as we round out this last part, if you want to continue this journey with me, I encourage you to think about what it is you seek to gain, to learn, to know from this. For me, it began as just I desire to get a handle on my anger. My anger was at the root of a lot of what I did in my life, and tapping into the source of that anger was no small matter. But that's where it began. It said, I want to be able to make decisions in my life. I want to be able to do things free of anger, because it caused a lot of separation. It caused a lot of movement, because I had a very, very short fuse, and I was not afraid to light it. But I learned a lot through that, and that is what I came to discover through my journaling and through reading over the things that I write, being very open and very honest and very frank about everything in my life, not for anyone but myself. Good morning, Aunt Bessie May. I'm glad that you're up this morning. I miss you. I love you. I hope you're doing all right. Xavier's in good hands, FYI. Just each one of us has our own individual, unique thing that is going on in our life, things that no one else knows about, and that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the thing that no one can see but me. These invisible images that run through my head all the time, these silent whispers that echo in my ears constantly. What is it saying? What are these images looking like? What are they pointing me to? What are they trying to say? Every sense that I feel, every thought that I think is the product of something that is within me. It's not just made up. It's not just pulling out of the air. Everything that I put into my eyes, ears, mouth, spirit over the years have become, my current life, my current thoughts, my current feelings. But they don't always communicate clearly. Thoughts and feelings come from a place without language. They only have one way to communicate: the images in the mind, the sensations. And so interpreting those things is a very delicate process for me. And it's not just it's not a superficial thing. It's not, I get angry, I'm mad, I explode. No, a lot of times my anger is telling me that there's, something very different than what I think. It doesn't mean yell, scream. It means take a look at why you have allowed yourself to why you have allowed someone else to come in and take control of your energy and redirect it in another way. Because I am responsible for myself, for my words, for my actions, for my responses. So that's what I've learned. One of the many, many things that I've learned over the course of my spiritual journey. And so as we continue, I want to bear in mind those things now in a very real and meaningful way, more and more each day, so that I'm not just sitting here meditating like, what is going on? No, I have intentions. I have some things that I want to work on, that I want to look at, that I want to grow, areas that I want to strengthen, and so that's where I am. Next week, we're going to be looking at the second chakra, the sacral chakra, Swadhisthana, and so we'll get into that. But for today, this beautiful Friday, we're just going to get right on into it. I have talked more than long enough. So, looking straight ahead with an unfocused gaze, sitting in a comfortable position, breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you breathe in, just imagine breathing in life, breathing in fresh oxygen that is going to be oxygenating the body, that is going to be renewing and restoring. And as we breathe out, releasing negative energies, negative thoughts, impurities, and toxins from within the body, just releasing them into the universe that can easily absorb it, like peeing in the ocean. It just eats that up. And that's what we're breathing out into the universe. These impurities, breathe it out into the world. It just takes it, dissolves it. And with the next out breath, closing the eyes and returning the breathing to normal, in and out through the nose. And as we settle into the space, with our eyes closed, we become aware fully of the space in which our body is physically sat right now. And we tune into our physical senses, feeling the body pressing down against our seat, and noticing the contact between the two. Feeling the weight of the hands and the arms resting on the lap. Taking note of any sounds penetrating the early morning air as they come and go. Noticing any strong or distinct aromas that may be in our vicinity, or any tastes that may be lingering in the mouth. And taking just a brief moment to check in with the body to see how it feels today. Scanning from the soles of the feet up to the top of the head. Just taking a moment to notice each part of the body. Is it comfortable? Uncomfortable? Is it relaxed? Tense? Does it feel the same as yesterday? Not stopping to linger, but just noticing and continuing to scan up to the top of the head. Now turning our focus to the breath. Observing but not controlling in any way. Watching the body do on its own, quite naturally, one of the many amazing things it was programmed to do. And where do we feel that rising and falling of the breath today? Is it deep in the belly? Is it in the diaphragm? High in the chest? In the lungs? And as we transition deep inside, we begin our day with a moment of gratitude, searching our minds for just a moment for that for which we are thankful today. This morning I am grateful for all that I have. physically, familially, spiritually, despite anything of which I may feel less than thrilled, I am rich in love and spirit. And I simply say aloud, thank you. And as I step into this Friday, I begin it deliberately with intentions and affirmations, setting in front of myself things on which to focus, preempting anything my head might make up by way of thoughts or my body by way of feelings. I am healthy and strong in body, mind, and spirit. I am a unique and beautiful creation, and I belong in this world. I deliberately strengthen my roots so that my life is laying on a good foundation. I am deeply connected to nature and all of humankind. I love deeply and am loved in return. I deliberately cultivate a strong energy so that I may respond at all times in love and kindness. And with our intentions set for the day, we return the fullness of our focus to the observation of the breath. Again, not controlling or directing it in any way, simply observing. If it helps to count the breaths to keep the focus, then we'll count the out breaths to a count of 5 before starting back at 1. If the mind begins to get carried away with thoughts, it's all right. But the moment we notice, just redirect that focus to the breath, to the rising and falling of the breath. If we get distracted, just recenter the focus to the breath. And for just a moment, relinquishing all focus and just allowing the mind to think about what it wants to think about. And redirecting the focus onto the breath as we return to our physical senses, becoming aware once again of the space in which our body is physically sat and all of its surroundings. Feeling the body, the weight of it pressing down on the seat. Feeling the hands and the arms on the lap. Noticing sounds that may be cutting through the silence. Noticing any strong smells or tastes. And slowly, gently, when we're ready, opening our eyes, still looking forward that unfocused gaze and retaining our positions for just a moment. As we settle in to our intentions for the day, as we pull all that we have just done in meditation forward to the forefront of our active awareness and determine to begin the day in a powerful and deliberate way. So that's it. Have a great day, full of intention. Again, this is about cultivating good energy. There's a lot going on in the world that I cannot control. The only thing that I have any power over is this body, this mouth. So what is going on out there, I can only affect so much, but I am in full control of my response to those things. And the more I set my intentions to take responsibility for that, the more deliberately I can respond. Instead of reacting, I respond. I have already created a plan of action to combat all the energies that may be coming at me. So have a great day. Spread light and love everywhere you go. I love you. And we'll do this again on Monday, where we will be in the second chakra.